Hi, hello, and everyone. Good morning. Please do confirm if you're able to hear my voice and see my screen. Okay, great, 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 great. Hi. Please do confirm if you're able to hear my voice and see my. Okay, great, 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 great. Hi. In just a couple of more minutes, and then we'll get started. Just 2 more minutes. We are waiting for a few more participants to join. Just a couple of more minutes, and then we'll get started. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome you all for this live budget day session. This is Shivakumar Jayachandran. In today's session, what are we going to be looking at? The primary reason for me to have this session is purely, many people have been asking me, Shiva, how this budget is going to be. In the past, you would have seen how the budgets have played out, the market moves and everything. But this budget is going to be a bigger one than anything else which you have seen in the past. The primary reason being there has been plenty of talk about what is going to be done to the FNO. There has been plenty of concerns which has been raised by the market participants, plenty of industry veterans, even the finance minister. If you look at it, even the SEBI has been concerned, and a lot of things has been going around everywhere. So on that note, we are going to be looking at how things are going to be playing out. I believe. In the meantime, I just wanted to confirm whether you guys are able to hear my voice and also see my screen. Please do confirm, because I see a couple of them are saying the audio. Okay. Yes. Okay, great. Okay. On that note, how many of you have been like, and let's do a quick analysis. Then I think I will be getting into the markets. But before doing it, let's do a quick analysis to see how things have been playing out and what are your budget expectations. And one more thing, yes, many have been messaging me and asking me, sure, like, will you be showing me the one-click ditto, what we have been developing and so on? Yes, we are in the process of showing you that as well today. During the course of the day, we will be showing you one-click ditto platform, what we have developed, and if possible, we will try to showcase few trades as well. But I think this session now, considering we have a huge response coming in, not only from our OI Pulse family, along with that, the entire slots have been filled. So we needed to add few more slots, which we couldn't do it in Zoom. So welcome all the YouTube family members as well. So both OI Pulse and YouTube family members, hope you guys are having a good time. And as a disclaimer, in today's session, I will be decoding the data using OI Pulse and whatever the data which we have collected so far. And plus, I'll be here like in gathering the information which is going to be available on the internet and sharing it as and when I hear something which is going to be interesting. On that note, please do understand market is going to have a lot of risk, especially the FNO trading. And if you're going to be taking your trades, please take proper care because uh, whatever the money which you're going to be making in FNO, yes, it's going to be serious money, but at the same time, you have potential to lose serious money as well. And that note, in case of if you see that I'm taking few trades during the course of the day, I'm not recommending any trades or any stocks. Please do not try to copy or mimic my trades. On that note, I wish you all the very, very best for the live budget day session. And most importantly, play and trade responsibly. Okay. So let's first and foremost, we'll ask what are the budget expectations? And yes, there are many people who have been, okay, there are many who have been saying, like, and I wanted the taxes to be getting lower. And I don't want anything. To be tinkered on the FNO space. How many of you feel that FNO is gaining lot of noise in the recent past? Because honestly, if you look at the data, the way the numbers have crunching in the last few years, from almost when I looked at the data when I was trading in 2016, I used to track these data, right? So the whole day the F&O turnover wouldn't cross even the 3 lakh or 4 lakh crore. Okay. That particular turnover is getting done now in the morning in the first 5 minutes. Can you believe the whole day volume which we used to trade in 2016 has been done in the first 5 minutes now? Yes, thanks to all the weekly expiries, daily expiries which has come in since that period. But the kind of market participants who wanted to play in F&O space has gone tremendously higher. Yes, there has been few concerns. You can see several lobbies who are going and pitching themselves saying that we needed to curb the FNO. What is the reason? Many people are saying that people are moving their funds from banks. There is not sufficient savings is being done by the family, and the money is going out from the banks to other areas, especially through the trading. And if you look at one side, the mutual fund industry is also concerned because they feel that in the future, what if that fund is also going into the trading? If what if people looking at the high gains and everything, that gun funds is also going into trading, considering the kind of returns the FNO market is providing. But seriously, with all these things, many have been saying that the funds are moving, it's not coming to the FD and everything. Guys, it's not the concern. If you go and look at the data, still only 3 to 5% of our population is in the trading industry. And even if you look at the numbers, almost, I think the other day I saw almost 45 to 50 lakh traders who are doing it are trading less than maybe 2 to 5 lakhs, less than that. Then, on that note, the serious traders who have been doing it for years, they have been doing it with capital. But whoever is doing it in the recent past who has added it, they are all trading with a low capital. And I guess that is a cause of a concern. Why? Imagine a guy who's playing with 1 crore capital, he is also doing a turnover of 10 crore or whatever it is during intraday. And a guy who's coming with a capital of around 25,000 or 50,000, considering the number of trades which he is able to do it, he is also doing close to 4 5 crores of turnover in a single day, which is a cause of a concern. Why? The risk which he is going to be taking is going to be far higher compared to a guy who's playing with a large capital. Yes, that is a cause of a concern. If for some reason, if SEBI wanted to introduce some measures to curb the FNO, my sincere, like, what to say, I wouldn't be saying it as an advice, I would say a suggestion. They needed to be figuring out a way based on their net worth. They should be allowing the people to trade in the F&O market rather than curbing completely, or rather than saying, no, 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 we are going to be increasing the taxes, or we are going to be bringing it from into the speculative case and so on. I think this will make sense because that way, say, for example, someone who's having a net worth of, in case if they are able to get a net worth certificate from the CA, they should be able to prove that, like, and yes, I have around 50 lakhs worth of net worth. Based on that, the turnover can be decided. Yes, we needed to definitely like not encourage the youngsters who are coming in. Even when I look at the data, we started with the equity market. Slowly we try like in a transition to the FNO market. But nowadays, when you see, look at the kids, they're getting used to the data which is available online. And most importantly, all these guys are like in playing on different gaming platforms. And naturally, their tendency is to come into the FNO right at the beginning. But I would sincerely suggest that if you're thinking about getting into the trading, you have some exposure in the equity before getting into the FNO space. And yes, the GST rates to be lowered. I'm not sure whether that's going to be happening. And no capital gain tax. So currently, the capital gain tax is around like 10%. What if the government decides, how can I discourage people to get out of the FNO space? One good news is, yes, if we are not going to have the capital gain tax, that might force several people who are trading in the FNO space to move from FNO and then go towards the long term investing. So, anybody who's holding it beyond a year or two, maybe they can have this clause as well. Instead of an year, the no capital, like no capital gain tax, at least for 2 years, then yes, it will make a lot of sense. People will try to hold their portfolio for a longer period of time, and it will be like uh, an investment which will be for years together. But the problem is, we are at a cusp of an area where the market has a potential to do anything. And if you look at in the last 6 months to 1 year, India has been the outstanding market and outperforming market compared to anyone in this world at this current juncture. So as a market participants, are we like in a peaking too much too early? I would say yes. The expectations were like these guys wanted to like and run this kind of a market forever. If you'd have seen compared to last budget to now, most of the sectors which has performed is going to be on the consumption, and also most importantly, the railway related stocks would have given you outstanding returns. Nobody would have expected this kind of a return. And one company which surprised me, like in more than anyone, there are like in a few companies, but one company which has surprised me is the way the turnaround story of the Suslon, a stock which I used to hold it several years back, but the way these guys have completely turned around. And when I look at the numbers, it was an amazing one. And on that note, okay, just give me a second. I think there are few who says that they are able to. Guys, how many of you are not able to see because is the video and the audio sync is not there? Please confirm. Perfect stream. Okay, because if there are a couple of them who are having that, I think 90% of them are saying it's a perfect sync. So what I will also try to do is just give me. Okay, can you confirm it now? Is it much better? Okay, great. It looks like there is some issues with the Zoom. We will definitely try to figure that out. Probably we will report if needed. So is this okay? No, the better? Okay, great. It's better. Okay. So apart from this, I think one more reason is today you guys have been seeing me, and that's the reason you guys are trying to sync my voice with the video. So there might be something which might be happening, but usually you will get to see me sharing the screen. So sometime during the day, I will try to only have share the screen so that it's better. And apart from that, so currently we have not shared the screen. So now I will try to share the screen so that you guys can see it and then let me know how you are able to. Okay, on that note, I hope all of you are able to see my screen now. Great. So here, so what is that which we have done now? We have done something for you all. So we have started doing a budget analysis, which is going to be helping you to look at how things have played out in the last 4 years. Many who would have played in every year budget, you would have seen there was a budget which was presented in February. If you remember, at that time, I was telling you all, it's an interim budget, it's not a full fledged budget. So every 5 years, when a new government is formed, the previous government, before they going out, it will be out of account the budget which will be presented, which will be for the temporary period till the elections are getting over. We needed some funds to be running the government. That's the reason that particular budget is presented. The budget which is going to be formed, like in a presented today, is going to be the one which is going to be done by the new government, who's going to be letting us know what is going to be the vision and how we are going to be spending and where exactly we are going to be getting the revenues and everything. And so that will be the one which is going to be presented today. And good news is, today you'll be seeing a budget. Within 6 months, we will be seeing another full-fledged budget. Why? The every year annual ritual, which is going to be happening for the budget, is going to be on the February 1st. So currently we are in July 23rd. So we are having a budget now. Another 6 months' time, we will be having another budget. On that note, is the government is going to be really doing something? Because these guys would have expected certain things when they wanted to come into power. But unfortunately, they were not getting a full majority, so they had to form a coalition government. So, due to the coalition pressure, are they going to be giving up some kind of an rewards to the coalition partners, either from Bihar or from the Andhra? Whether that is going to also be looked at, that is something which I'm keenly look at for this particular day. If that is going to be there, then the government will try to announce some populist measures rather than something which is going to be more for the corporate side. Yes, spending has to be there. How they're going to be spending, where exactly they're going to be spending, if it is going to be more on the infrastructure, more on the railways, because though infra stories is what keeping India going now. Many who are expecting the 8% growth to continue or 8.5% growth to continue, we needed some good amount of spending which needed to be happening in the infra. And more importantly, put more money into the pockets of the common man. That's again going to be very key. Unless and until the common man, uh, okay, just a second. I think I made it into a full screen now. So, guys, a couple of them are mentioning that I'm just seeing a black screen. Can you just confirm? I hope you guys are able to see a full screen. Okay, great. So, on that note, yes, the budget is going to be a key critical one. And most importantly, it's going to be a very, very critical one, especially for the trading community. Many who have been asking me, Shiva, whether all these measures, whatever that we have been getting to see in the news portals and the articles, is it going to be announced in the budget? No. Some of the measures will be announced in the budget. Some of the measures will be announced by the SEBI in case if they plan to implement it. Say, for example, if they are going to be increasing the lot size or the capital size of a like in a lot from 5 lakhs to 20 or whatever that is decided, those measures will be done by SEBI. What are the measures that can be done by the finance minister in the budget? Yes, the taxation part. Imagine I can remove the LTCG or increase the LTCG or increase the LTCG holding period or increase the taxes on the FNO segment or increase the taxes or increase change the verbiage to like speculative income. All these things can be done in the budget. So there are two things which is going to be happening apart from budget. What SEBI is also going to be doing it. I think they have received some consultation from various ministries and from the public and everyone. How they are going to be doing it, that is something is a big question mark. So whether it is going to be everything done today itself, no. So we will still see how things are going to be done. Please just give me a second. Try to get you all. Okay, great. So, guys, yes, we all have certain expectations. We all wanted this, that, and everything. But at the end of the day, apart from this, how the markets are going to be behaving today? That is another big question mark, right? So, many would have seen how the markets have played out in the last 1 month or so. I'll just show you a quick analysis of where the markets are in the last 1 month, and then we will see how the markets are going to be doing it. This is on the election day results announcement when it came. Look at the way the market moved on that particular day. We had close to 5% or move on the Bank Nifty on that particular day. So the high on this particular day was 50,800 and the low on that particular day is 46,191. That is close to almost 4,000 to 5,000 point fall in a single day. So which is a huge one from the high. Once the results were not in line with the expectations, many people would have sold their like in a long-term portfolios looking at the way the results are. And the surprising factor, the markets have completely digested all the news and everything in the last 1 month or so. It has started to move higher and higher. It almost went to a high of 53,300 odd levels, which is on the futures. This particular day was around 4th July when the US markets were shut shop. So after that, yes, the market was trading in a sideways. It couldn't climb any further on the Bank Nifty at least. And if you look at it, they have been trading now between the 20 and the 50-day moving average. So the 200-day moving average got breached on that particular day. But soon enough, they were able to climb back. This is something where the market participants would be saying that we are heading into the budget with a strong move. Everything is in line with market expecting like in a big move on the upside. So everybody is expecting that today is going to be a day if the FM doesn't like in a surprise or if FM doesn't do anything to tinker on the LTCG or anything, we may see a bigger rally happening, especially the private banking space with the kind of results HDFC posted. Maybe like in a Kotak result was not with the line and expectations, but at least HDFC didn't like disappoint the market participants. So people would expect some more up move still pending. Even yesterday, if you'd have seen, the entire globe was trying to falter the previous day, but it is purely because of the HDFC. It was single-handedly managing the Bank Nifty to close in the green. So it almost rallied 2%. So whatever the fall that was being taken care by the Kotak 3% fall and then the SBI 1% fall, it has been single-handedly managed by these guys. So 300 points on the upside. So Kotak and SBI dragging close to 250 to 260 odd points along with ICICI 300. So everything has been literally controlled by HDFC to take this forward. Here on the daily charts, RSI is good. Still, it is around 54 odd number. So I'm still expecting it can go higher, provided there are no major surprises. And if it is going to be a budget which is going to be focused more on the economy and trying to help the retail and more money in the retail, then yes, we may see another round of a move on the upside. Coming back to the Nifty, this guy has surprised all of them. The way the Nifty has moved beyond belief, in spite of the Bank Nifty is taking a pause for a few days, the Nifty doesn't need like haven't stopped at all. So except day before yesterday, if you'd have seen, it has been a consistent ride, and almost we were not getting even a 1% move intraday in 20 or 30 days. Say for example, from here we didn't get major 1% moves, but the market said like Shiva, we don't care. Every day we are just going to be move on, keep on moving it. And that literally taken the markets higher and higher and higher. And there was a little bit of a profit booking purely because of the RSI aspect. So if you'd have seen in the last 1.5 year, the last time the RSI was this high, it was pure and it was around the December 2023, November to December period. And you can clearly see this particular period, once the breakout happened, these guys were staying above that level for almost a couple of months, which again is another scenario which is playing out. So once the RSI has crossed above that 70 mark, you can clearly see they have been consistently staying above the territory for a long time. So day before yesterday was the first time they tried to tank and bring the RSI below that 70 mark and come to almost like 63 odd levels. And one more thing, usually every year you will get to see the 200-day moving average getting tested once at least. So at this current juncture, the futures, futures is not getting tested. Maybe in the spot on the EMAs, yes, it would have got tested, but I would love to see whether the future 200-day moving average is also going to be getting tested in the next 6 months or so, because historically it has happened every single year. So if you look at it, this is for the last year. So the markets went below and then came back. So prior here, again, the same story. So every year you would see at least once the market would have moved towards the 200-day moving average and then climb back. Okay, so whether they are going to be doing that this year, that's something which I'll be keenly watching for. Okay, on that note, let's see how things play out and then we will take a call. Now, coming back to the VIX, usually the VIX will be one of the component which will be giving you a clue what that market is going to be doing during the budget day. And historically, the VIX has always gone above the 20, 25 or 30 odd marks during the budget period. But this time, everyone seems to be very cool. They say like, sure, I don't think anything major is going to be happening. Even if FM announces we have plenty of funds which is going to be coming into the market, we are not going to be having any volatility. That's the message which is coming in from the uh, VIX, which is very surprising, because if the VIX is not rising, one way it is good for the buyers. Why I say that? The premiums are going to be lower. But if the VIX is going to be keep on moving it higher and higher, the premiums are going to be higher, the IV range is going to be higher, and naturally you will, as a buyer, you will need to wait for the IV crash to happen for you to get a strong momentum in the market. So at this juncture, I would simply say VIX being lower, it's a very good sign for the buyers, because if the seller is not anticipating a large move, and all of a sudden, if there is going to be big major announcement, and if there is a big move, the seller is going to be completely punctured. Okay. And today, being a Tuesday, what expiry we have today? We have the Fin Nifty expiry. Okay. We have the Fin Nifty expiry, and that is going to be interesting one. Okay, guys, any issues in terms of any access and any issues which you are not able to do it, please do send an email to support@voipulse.com. Our team will respond to it. I saw a couple of messages wherein you are not able to access the five paisa server and other things. Guys, sometimes they like in broker API service might be down. So please do reach out to our support team, support@voipulse.com. On the email, they will respond to your queries. Since I'm there in the session, I may not be able to respond to your queries live. Please do that. And markets are going to be opening. So if you ask me, Shiva, whether are we going to be trading like in a literally really big? If you're a trader who's having a common approach, you should consider this as just another day. Or even if you're not willing to take up a trade, that's absolutely fine. Not necessary just because you, like, and someone has traded, I also needed to trade. No. And many people will have a FOMO feeling as well. No, 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 Shiva, somehow every budget, someone is saying that like, and you needed to trade on the budget days. There are budgets wherein I would have completely skipped as well. Not necessary that you should be trading on budget day. It is not a compulsion. Okay, so trade only when you see a setup, because the volatility is going to be pretty huge. When I say volatility is going to be pretty huge, I'll show you why. Okay, so this is how last 4 years Nifty 50 has been playing out. So this is on 2019. So we seen that particular budget at that particular time, 2019, when the previous budget was presented. Pre-budget day, the Nifty was trading at 11,925. On the budget day, it was at 11,965. The next day, post budget day, you can see the Nifty has fallen to 11,771. That's a big fall, close to 200, 250 odd points fall, which has happened. So, what are that which we can expect then? This is a full fledged budget which was presented in 2019 in the month of July. Once the new government formed in, they had some high expectations, and then the expectations were all building up. Once that budget has been presented, the next day we saw a fall of close to 11,771. So, how this happened? The pre-budget days sees like we felt there are a lot of OTM strikes. Both the sides we were seeing concentration of buying which was happening, and most importantly, heavy long unwinding was seen. This was pre-budget day on the PE side, and shorts were covered on the CE side. So even if you look at the data yesterday, the data was not giving me much clue. The reason is, if you go and look at the data for yesterday, I'll just show you that. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to open yesterday's data. Okay. So if you can see it, both on the call and the put side, you're getting to see some premium erosion happening, but not a major one. So on the call side, yes, the premium eroded, but look at the other money strikes. It's having a premium of close to 500 odd rupees on both the sides, which is like, okay, considering it's a budget day volatility, people are going to be expecting it. So this is having the move. Now, heavy long unwinding which was seen there, and then the highest trade volume and change in were around the ATM strikes. So even the same scenario is playing out. So we are seeing more volume and everything playing out. But the only difference what I see compared to 2019 to 2024, since Bank Nifty is not having an expiry today, and Fin Nifty is the one which is having an expiry, I see a bigger concentration which is happening in the Fin Nifty compared to the Bank Nifty. And one more surprise element which I saw, you would be surprised. At the money and in the money strikes are all trading in negative. But if you look at the OTM strikes, all are trading in like big positive compared to the previous day's close, which is like, nobody would have expected it, right? 10-20% move on the OTM strikes, nobody would have expected it. But there is still some kind of an, I would say people are not convinced that this market is not going to have 1 or 2% move. I'm expecting more than 4 to 5% move. That's the reason you are seeing people are trying to hedge their positions, and they are trying to create some positions in the OTM strikes. Yes, whenever the OTM strikes are going to be trading big with a lot of quantity, if you see all the round strikes, especially the ones which I'm looking at is 23,500, 23,000, 22,500. Can you see other strikes are not having enough OI buildup, but all these 22,500, 22, 23,000 all are having big buildup, plus 22,600. There is something special which is going on 22,600 on the Fin Nifty. There is something which is happening there. So let's see how they are going to be playing out. Now that the pre-market has just closed, okay, so we will see how the pre-market data is playing out. Is it for today? Yes, it is. So the Nifty is opening at around 59 points. The Bank Nifty is opening at around 230 points. Yes, 0.44. And who's the one which is leading? So yesterday, the Federal Bank has made an announcement there is going to be a new MD and CEO who's coming on board, who has been a veteran in Kotak. He's coming on board. So that's a very good news. So the Nifty Bank, who's leading it? Federal, Bank of Baroda, SBI, Kotak, and HDFC, which was pushing up the Bank Nifty yesterday, is also in the green, but not in the top, in the bottom 7. And on the other side, Bandhan and IndusInd are the ones which are dragging it. That's fine. On the indices, if you look at it, everybody is on the advances. Nobody is there on the decline side. So going into the budget, everybody is saying that Shiva, we are going to be having like a great day in terms of like, and the market is going to be moving on the higher side. We are not going to be getting any kind of a negative news from the budget presentation. That's the expectations which is coming in on this. Okay. So based on this, it's a clear expectation that the market participants are expecting the budget to be a big green one. Okay. So we have seen that data. Now that the market is going to be opening higher, you are going to be seeing all the put prices crashing. Sometimes what normally happens, even though the data and everything is presented green, you will still not see a big fall in the premiums in the morning. Why? The event is around 11 o'clock. So people will not be in a mood to square off their positions because anybody who would have bought it for the budget day volatility and everything, they would definitely wait till almost 11, 11:30 or 12 o'clock till the budget speech is made. And whatever the things that needed to be said is whether it has been delivered or not, then they will take a call. But there will be some smart ones who will know what they're needed to do. They will start to add or unwind their positions through the day. So if you are one among them, you should also do that. But if you're not, then stay light. Stay light. That would be the mantra which I would be looking at it. And looking at the IVs. So what is the IV levels which you are looking at? So if you look at the IV data, it is almost 43 on both the sides. So based on the people who have attended my training, if you'd have seen what I would have suggested, whenever we see the IV levels above 40 on both the sides, it's a clear avoid, especially if you're a buyer, because the premiums are going to be melting on both the sides. And considering the way the situation is, I would sincerely say it's better to wait rather than repent. So because if you'd have taken a position, then you would be saying, oh no, man, I'm getting the same strike which I bought it at 220, now at almost at 100 rupees or 80 rupees. So rather than we go on like in a momentum, I would sincerely say we wait for it and then take a call. Okay, so it's up to you. So based on this data, this is what it looks like. And finance minister has started it. So the budget makers are already starting to be there at the North Block. And I could see that finance minister is holding up the iPad or whatever that which is there in that red wallet, which is going to be taken to the parliament and it is going to be presented. So within a couple of hours, we'll get to know what is going to be done. And on that note, we'll go back. I'll be keeping a close eye on the markets as well to see whether there is going to be some move which is happening, and I'll keep you all posted whether there is something which is cooking or not. Okay. Let's go back to the budget day presentation. So during the budget day, what happened on that particular day? There was a huge call writing happen, and then there was a long buildup which is happening on the put side. This on 2019 budget. So a clear indication is on the sell-off in the markets, and we can clearly see a sell-on rise was playing out as every bounce was getting sold. There was a heavy call rating which happened on 12,000 because the market was trading at 11,900 and then started to fall 11,950 and 11,900 strikes on the call side, so that it is indicating that the upside is capped. Not necessary on the event days. All this data is going to be the final scenario, because even a single word which is going to be coming out later in the day can also turn around the markets completely. But all these levels still will be holding good if you see that particular levels are getting traded with volume. So the support base shifts from 11,900 to 11,700. The highest change in OI was on the PE side at around 11,700. So if you look at it, the market was trading in a band. 11,700 on the downside, 11,900 to 12,000 on the upside. So within the 300 point band, the market was trading in the previous one. So based on this, once the decoding would have happened post the market close, everybody would have sat on the table, analyzed, okay, this budget is not a satisfactory one for me because I was having big expectation and it didn't meet my expectations. So I'm going to be selling off my portfolio. I'm going to be selling off my portfolio, and I will look at buying these stocks at a later time because market has rewarded me in the past. And that's how the following day, if you look at it, the things have played out. And clearly 12,000 and 11,950 have been a strong cap on the upside, 11,700 as a strong cap on the downside. So this is how the chart looked. This is the pre-budget day. This is in 2019 pre-budget day. You can clearly see the markets were just like making a move. This is on 2-hour candles. You can clearly see the market was not in a mood to go in a hurry to fall. On the budget day, it fell. The post-budget day, you can clearly see there was a big gap down, and then the market started to tank. And in a couple of days, from 12,000, the market came to 11,500, almost a 500-point fall in 2 days. The markets opened in green, and the Bank Nifty is somewhere around 80 or 100 odd points, and the Nifty is having around 70 odd points. Okay, so the current market scenario is market is just opening up, but it is not in an aggressive mood to give you a large gap up, and it is just playing out. So this is how the budget day is playing out. Let's see whether this is going to be getting replicated or whether we are going to be seeing like in a big move on the upside. This is on 2019, right? So look at this. It was a sideways market heading into that. And once the budget day happened, you can clearly see it was like in a W formation and everything happened. The market was just trading around between 11,500 to 12,000 odd levels. Once the budget happened, the clear fall happened, and you can see all the support levels is gone, and it has been continuously falling. And it took some time. Okay, it took some time for the market participants to realize, yes, all is well, and we will try to move higher now. So this is how the pre-budget data was. There was a higher OI change which happened at 11,900, and you can see that particular OI getting reduced here. And then the following day, the OI on 11,500 was at 597. So you can, the POI was getting reduced, COIs kept on increasing. You can look at it. This one was the maximum. The following day, we had 12,000 was the maximum, and 11,700 became the biggest OI component on the post-budget day, wherein these guys were not able to take it beyond that. That's the reason the market started to fall towards 11,500. So these data is going to be very critical when you are looking at it. Where exactly? Say, for example, when you are reviewing this data next time, just one day before how the OI is building up, where exactly they are building up the OI, considering the current trend is not going to be the ideal way to look at the past, because currently we are focusing only on the index that is getting traded on that particular expiry on that particular day. That's the reason market is also not giving much clue compared to what we have been seeing it in the past. But earlier, when we used to have two key indices, the bank nifty and the nifty, which is getting expired, and those are the indices which had like in a massive move, we were getting to see all these moves now. But interesting data was how the cap was happening in terms of the OI buildup at a particular strike, and how these guys were like managing it around. That literally showed up on that particular one. Okay. So the highest short covering which was happened, or in terms of long unwinding happening, was on the 11,900, and there was like a big long buildup which was happening at 11,700 PE side as well. So which is a very good sign if you are a person who's looking for the right trend and everything. We just needed the price to move along with the OI as a buyer. And as a seller, you needed to see whether the OI is getting reduced or increased with the price fall. And this is on 2020. This is during the 2020 budget. So this is a full-fledged budget which happened in the February month. And if you look at the pre-budget day data, it was trading at 12,100. Can you see it? Between 2019 to 2020, the July to February, the market was still trading around the same level, though it has fallen. So it has only recovered whatever the little 500 of 600 odd points which was falling during the budget day. It took almost 6 months to be there at that particular level. And it has just followed what it did in 2019. The similar pattern has emerged in 2020 as well. So, can we expect something which is going to be happening today? Those levels are going to be happening in the next year budget, which is 2025. And similar post day can happen. Who knows? Watch out for that. Maybe if we are having a session during that time, we will analyze that data as well. So look at this. The pre-budget day, the Nifty was around 12,100, post-budget 11,944, and then, sorry, this is on budget day, and post-budget day, it was at 11,642. We can see distribution happening in Nifty from the start of month January, with the lower lows being formed towards the end of the month. So pre-budget day, these are like some small clues. It was a sell on rise strategy which was playing out. I'll just show you the chart, then you will get to know. So there were some odd candles which was also spiking during the day. This is the Bank Nifty chart in 2020, and you can clearly see the market started to do its magic, and then the post-budget day, it was just playing around. So it from almost like 31,000 odd levels, it came to almost 29,700 odd levels. So 2020 to now, almost we have doubled in the Bank Nifty, correct? And this is how the Bank Nifty data was playing out. I don't want to go in detail there because there is plenty of data which is there. This is on the 2021 Nifty pre-budget 3954. You can see the market has been like an every year it has been steadily moving from 11,000 to 12,000 to 13,000 in 2021. Pre-budget date is 13,954. Budget date was 13,766. So on the budget day itself, we started falling close to 200 points. But post-budget, they all felt there is something in for everybody. We just love your budget, and we this is what we were expecting it. And then the market following day, it took a complete U-turn and went up to 14,483. Okay, 14,483. Now, so based on this, like, and when I was looking at the data, I'll just show you the data. This was an accumulation phase which was happening. Pre-budget, they would have definitely made some people to like exit the positions and everything. This was an accumulation phase. Yes, just give me a second. I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that. Now, this is during this year wherein you can see the pre-budget month wherein the accumulation was happening and there was a distribution shake-off. Sometimes what these guys do, before they make any large moves, they don't want to bring or carry everyone towards the finishing line. So they try to send some message out that like, and we are going to be doing some profit booking and other things. Once they do the profit booking, you will get to see a big distribution shake-off which is happening. And once everybody is out, similar to what happened on election result day, they did a big sell-off. Everybody would have felt the stocks are falling 10%, 15%. I don't want to hold the stock anymore. They would have done. That's the reason don't take your decisions in a single day. Okay, so even if you're looking at it, you needed to think about it in the long run. Maybe say, for example, something which you would have bought it for 5 years, 10 years. One day of fall shouldn't be making you jittery about the markets. And at the same time, you needed to know when to buy and when to exit as well. You cannot be holding it forever. And at the same time, we just needed to ensure that we buy it and hold it. And once we see that that returns is like sufficiently satisfactory to me, then I will definitely exit that particular stock and then move on. So that's how you needed to be looking at. So this is what the budget week looked like. The pre-budget day, it was in a narrow band. Budget rally, post the budget, you can clearly see how it has played out. This is a beautiful, beautiful day. I think many people would have agreed that, like, in from 13,600, once the budget day happened, and then the follow up towards the second half, especially on the second half, it made a big move, and that move was having a follow up the following day. But the interesting thing is, if you'd have been an intraday buyer on that particular day, you would have lost money. Why? Whatever the initial move which happened in the morning, after that, the market started to be in a consolidating phase. And then the following day, again, it did a gap up. So these are days wherein it is not for the intraday players, it is morely for the positional players. Anybody who's loving to take a risk overnight positions, those guys are the ones who would have been getting rewarded. That's what has happened on this particular budget. And this is the data again on the budget. I don't want to get in detail here. This is how The future owes us the analysis which has happened. I think since this period, we started to have a lot of data from OI Pulse itself. That's the reason we are giving you the Nifty futures chart pre-budget data as well. How many of you know in OI Pulse you will be able to populate all this data? How many of you have explored that? Can you see under all menu? Go to event days. Okay, here you will get to see all this data, whatever that you wanted it. Okay, just click on the event days. You will be able to see the budget date data from 2019, 2020, 21, 22, and 23, including the option chain, the future chart, the Bank Nifty chart, one day before budget day, post budget day. So we have presented all the data to you. I don't think any other tool is providing you this detailed one. So we have provided it. Please make use of it. I hope many are not aware about this. Am I right? Okay, great. So make use of this, guys. So that's what I've tried to present it in a PPT format here. So if you go, take your time, you will be able to see all this data which is already available. Only thing is, it will take little bit of your time and effort to get all this data compiled and then done. Okay. So on that note, you can look at it. What has been done here, the futures versus the price analysis. So this blue line represents the OI, and then you see the candles, which is going to be looking at where the prices are going to be there. So during the course of the day, when the OI is increasing, the price has been falling, which is a clear sign that the short buildup is coming in. Towards the late end, there was a little bit of a short covering which happened, and then little bit of long unwinding also happened towards the late end. And post budget, what has happened here? The market is moving higher, and you can clearly see the price is also moving higher, which is a clear sign of long buildup happening through the day. So this is something which I would be tracking it for today and tomorrow. How the OI for the futures is playing out for both Nifty and the Bank Nifty, whether it is aligning towards going high, going low, whether the future is also showing you similar kind of a path, and whether there is a big short covering happening. Imagine towards the late end of the day, if there is a short covering happening and the market closing it at the day's right, that will be like a perfect BTST candidate for me. So I'll be looking at all this data for the day. And this is how post-budget chart looks like. So this is what I was telling you all. In the morning, the market made a move, gave you the reward for the participants who would have been taking up overnight position, the positional players, everybody would have got the money. But anybody who would have thought that the market is again doing a breakout and I'm going to be buying it at the higher end, the whole day the market didn't do anything, and it was a writer's market on that particular day. The premiums didn't move much. The premiums started to crash, and this is something which you guys needed to be really careful about. Once the market is not making any new highs every 1 hour during the course of the day, then that means there is a possibility this market can get into premium erosion, and that will be not an ideal day if you're in buyer hold trying to hold the positions for too long. This is in 2022, pre-budget 17,300, 17,500 on the budget day, 17,700 on the following day. So which is clearly from 17,300 to 17,700, we have almost taken 400-point move, which is a very good sign. The Nifty gave you a thumbs up for the budget. So during the budget day, everything, you can look at it. There was a big move which happened pre-budget, and there was little bit of an accumulation and distribution happening because many people who would have felt, Shiva, I already got what I wanted it from the markets. Let me just try to book some profits out of it. Those are the guys who don't want any major surprises. They will sit out and they will try to take again positions based on the market move. This is the pre-budget day. Market moved, closed flat, opened big, when during the budget day there was some announcement which would have shocked many, or it would have been just an operator move who would have just wanted to trigger weekends, get them out of the way, and then in the next candle they were completely taking it everything higher and higher. It is almost resembling what you're going to be seeing here on the Nifty. So it is almost something similar to this, right? Sell, and then from there, no looking back, they kept on moving it higher and higher and higher. So that has happened. And then the post budget, yes, it was taking a pass because every day they have been giving like a 200-point gap up and then closing it higher and higher. Moving on this particular document, yes, how the OI is been shaping up. OI has been steadily falling, which is a good sign. When the market is moving higher, that is a sign of a short covering, which was happening on this particular day. And similar thing was playing out. Look at this. There was a big short buildup which was happening here. You can see the OI built up, but after the OI recovery, some of the shorts have been starting to like in a cover their position, the prices started to move higher. And towards the day end, literally the market is closing near to the day's high, and also the OI is also closing at the day's high. But I would have ideally expected this 17,634 to be taken out and then closing somewhere around 17,600 or 17,700, which would have been a very, very good news if you're a buyer. Okay. But post budget, still it is not back. It went higher and closing it at the day's high. This is how I would love to see a BTSC candidate playing out. So if that would have happened on the budget day itself, then the people would have had a lot more confidence to carry home a position because they would have felt, okay, I think we are good for whatever the things which has come in, and I'm trying to go and take the market higher. That would have literally helped them as well. So this is how the last 4 years in the Bank Nifty has been playing out. So I will do a quick analysis because the time is around 9:30. 22,107. I think it was not having much of moves in terms of this. If you look at it, it is hardly 100 point. But what I wanted you to look at is just look at this chart, then you will be getting to see a surprise. During intraday, we had a move, high and low and everything. And then the market is trying to close almost at the high of the day. This is a pre-budget. This is on the budget day. Didn't do much, but post-budget day, it has literally rallied, and from almost 22,000, it went to 23 odd thousand. That's a 1,000 point move, which is like almost 4 or 5% move, which has happened at that time. Now, this is on 2020, from 30,900 on the budget day, it closed around 3743. One day after the budget, you can clearly see that is at 29,841. So how many points? It is close to 1,000 odd points fall, which has been happening on the 2020 budget. Okay, so I'll just skip all these because you guys are going to not have enough time on this. I'll just show you the chart. This is the pre-budget, the budget day, and then the post-budget. You can clearly see how post-budget they were trying to do some kind of a recovery, but the fall which has happened is pretty enormous. Okay, so all these moves which was happening, we are looking at an hourly candle here just to show you, because I don't want to show you a large chart, but it has made a significant move. This is in 2021. I think everybody would have loved the 2021, especially if you're in a bull and if you're in a person who loves to play on the call side. I think these guys would have definitely loved 2021. Why? The pre-budget, the Bank Nifty at the money was around 3,500. On the budget day, it went to almost 33,000. The next day, it went to 34,200. Guys, this is almost close to 4,000 odd points within 2 days, which no seller would have anticipated this kind of a move. And literally, it moved out and shaken out some of the best in the industries. The problem here is the OI change, which was happening in 32,000 C, indicating a big move expected on the budget day. So the critical thing which I will be looking at, any particular level is having a bigger OI buildup. So today, even if you look at it, let me just go and quickly show you the option chain page. So this is the OI data as we are looking at it now. So where exactly the OI buildup is happening, if you look at it, Bank Nifty, there is not much. If you look at whatever the OI data which was there 5 years back, I didn't see that happening in the Bank Nifty today. Why? The concentration, earlier it was only Bank Nifty and the Nifty. Now there are plenty of index which is getting traded. So the volume and the spread is getting like widened. So you're getting to see other indices also gaining the what is it, the distribution. So if you look at it, the maximum OI buildup and everything which is happening around at the money. But I just wanted to see where the maximum OI change which has happened, which is happening in 26,000. Can you believe it? The market is trading somewhere around 23,000 odd levels, especially the Fin Nifty, but 26,000 is getting the maximum OI buildup. Yes, one reason might be the hedging. Second, what if there is a sudden move? There is an upper circuit. Similarly, if you look at it, Can you see where exactly the maximum OI buildup happening on the put side? It is on 22,000, which is trading at 2 rupees and 95 paise at this current juncture. Why? Again, people are calculating based on a 5% or 10% move where exactly this particular index can go. So that's the reason you're seeing a big OI change happening in the deep OTM pockets. Plus, it will be used for the hedging purposes as well. Imagine if I wanted to get a margin benefit for selling some calls or puts, I will be going and buying something deep OTM so that I will be able to hedge my positions better and I can better utilize my margins. Now, there are two things which can happen. Look at this. The market is in a flat scenario. You can clearly see the premiums on both the call and the puts. It's not giving up much. As I told you, the IV levels on both call and the put is somewhere around 40, 45 odd levels, which is clearly suggesting this market at this current juncture, it is in a place wherein if you are a buyer, I would completely stay away. I don't want to trade in this market at this like in a juncture with the way the IV levels are. What I will try to do, I will look for the cues. There will be plenty of cues which will be coming in because we have seen plenty of things which has happened. And during this particular phase, even if I'm not getting enough opportunities, I'm totally fine. But if I'm getting days like this, then it will give me a complete different makeover. So if you look at it, the 31,000, there is like a big move. The market at that time was trading at 30,500. And look at the OI buildup and the volume which got traded here. These are like a pretty huge, which has not been happening at this current juncture. But one good thing is, even at that time, we can clearly see the IV levels are around 38, the premiums are around 687, 570. And let's look at the today's scenario. Almost 30 odd levels, 36 on the put side, the IV being higher on the put side, which is clearly indicating people are expecting more fall. That's the reason the buyers are holding more positions on the put side compared to the call side. But the premiums, 500 odd levels, it is around 600 odd levels here because the higher IV. Okay, 38.41. Here it is around 31.36. So the IVs are higher in 2020, 21 on those period actually. Okay, this is on the option chain during the budget day. You can clearly see there is a big move happening on that particular day. This is the post budget. So post budget again, we had a massive move on that particular day. We had 1,178 points. One day before we had 2,500 points. On the pre-budget day, we had 207 points. So after that, 25, 1,005, close to within 3 days, we are seeing 4,000 odd point move, which has been happening in the Bank Nifty. I think many sellers would have definitely like if you would have not hedged your position or if you have not adjusted your positions, they would have definitely tried a lot during these 3 days. Okay, so this is how the charts were looking like. The futures charts went to a low of 30,291, 31,238, almost 1,000 odd point move intraday. Next day, no looking back. It opened. Once the budget is being presented, it flew and then it flew and closed it at the day's high. Guys, always remember, whenever it is closing at the day's high and the OI closing it at the day's low, which is a clear sign that the shorts are covering their position, they are not happy holding their shorts. And if the market is closing it at the day's high, there is a follow-up which you can expect. And that's exactly has happened from 33,600, went to a high of 34,741. And one more clue, post budget day, if you are seeing a large move happening in the first hour, and if you're not seeing any follow up in the second hour, then you can consider that particular market is going to be a sideways day through the day because we have seen it in 2 or 3 expiries, which has been playing out in the similar manner. So, what they are doing, they are just rewarding the overnight players or the positional players, and they are not rewarding the intraday players. Imagine looking at this by almost 10 o'clock, you would have seen the market is making a new high at 34,741. The RSI levels would have been extremely overbought. What you would have thought? Okay, let the RSI cool off a bit and let me go and take a position. When you're taking the position somewhere around here, the markets would have definitely not rewarded you and it would have kept on moving lower and you would have felt the pain that right in front of you, though this market has moved 3,000 odd points, you are not able to make money in this particular market. That's the reason people who have not traded in the past, If you have not looked at the data, I'm pretty sure this is going to open up your eyes to see how the market has been giving you the move and how it can also fool you if you don't believe in the data. So this is budget day and then the post budget day. So I think most of the moves, whenever you see a big move happening on the budget day and post budget in the morning, if there is no follow up, you can expect that the market is going to be playing in a sideways territory. Now, this is in 2022. This seems to be like in a no budget at all. The reason is the market opened at 38,100, went up to 38,400, and then the post budget 38,700. So, market when it is trading at around 38,000 odd levels, and if you are making just like in a 1% or 2% move, nobody is going to be believing that, right? So, what would have happened in this scenario? Whatever the premiums which you would have seen it before the budget, all those would have got crashed. I'll just show you that. So this is how the premiums were before the budget. You can clearly see at the money we're trading at almost 766. So just look at 38,000. It was trading at 718, 700 on the other side. So close to 1,400 odd points at the money, which is having like in a big move. People are expecting based on the previous year, they would have expected it. You can see the following day, the premiums on the call side was still there at 700. A big crash happening on the put side. Almost 500 odd points crash on the put side. So, which is clearly a writer's game, wherein writer's saying, sure, we are not taking the markets anywhere, 500 points. So, this one, we will give you whatever the money that needed to be there. But on the other side, we will take a big chunk from away from you. I think currently the market is just trying to tank, trying to make a low yesterday afternoon low. Let's see whether there is going to be a big fall or not. I'm just keeping it. And guys, this is what I wanted you to notice. On a day like today, there is a gap which got created and the gap is getting filled right after. So they are trying to make a fall. But if you look at it, the serious fall will come one day after this level. But I'm going to be waiting for it till the budget is going to be presented. So I'll just watch out for this level in the morning, whether they are going to be making a fall below this line. The gap was there, the gap got filled, and then they are starting to make a big fall. Now, again, the market is trying to tank. So, whether they will make a big fall, let's keep in hold on that. And this is how the budget day happened on the option tree. Post budget, look at 38,000, it would have traded at around 1,000 odd levels. 38,000 would have completely fallen. Another 825 points. I think this is where 39,330. So there was a big move which happened. I think there was a small edit problem here, which we will correct it. Okay. I think post budget, there was a big move which happened. Good one. Good one. Pre budget, during the budget, post budget. Okay. The post budget, this is the candle. In single candle move, I think the high and the low got created. That's the reason you would have seen that surprise. Okay. Got it. The big high and the low. Budget day and then post budget day. So during the budget day, when you see a big fall, I think the market tried to recover from that fall. That's the reason you are seeing that kind of a move. So overall, when we look at this data, all this is in 2022. The data is clearly suggesting whenever the markets have been in a sideway before the budget and post the budget, if it has fallen and if it has not having a follow-up, market has always tried to recover and recover big. And especially on the budget day or the post-budget day, when the market is doing something magical, unless and until there is no follow-up or any new high is not getting created or any new low is not getting created, I would simply stay away because it is a writer's paradise where they are planning to take the premiums under their control. So please be watching out for that. How many of you feel this document is all like worth it for you? Guys, have you ever done a detailed analysis like this, looking at all these things and everything? Okay. So, yes, one more thing. This was the open and high yesterday. How many of you are loving the open and high, the only concept which is a golden tool for us? This is the open and high of yesterday. All the open and high got hit by 9:30. And what is happening for today? All the open and high is getting hit by 9:42. How many of you still believe that open and high is something which if I would have played it myself better, most important one, which I can make money in the morning and then get out of it the whole day? Yes, out of 10 times, it works 8 times, and then 2 times it may fail. But this is one magical experience which is available only with OI Pulse, not with anyone else. Not with anyone else. Guys, and I don't think anybody would have given you all these scenarios with the probabilities, with whatever the things which we have decoded, and everything has been designed and shown it to you in a presentable manner. And there is no rocket science. It has to go with the data, and the data, if it is giving you the clue, yes, you just needed to follow it. Now, so with that, we have come to the conclusion of the presentation in terms of the last 4-year data. But market is going to be in a very good space in the next few hours. We are going to be seeing what exactly the markets can do now. So once the open and high is done, what the market is doing now? Is it trying to falter? No. It is just trying to do a recovery. It would have trapped some people who would have, what to say, trying to hold the positions and other things. It would have trapped already. So please be careful. If I were you, I wouldn't be in a hurry space to go and take an entry at this juncture. I would wait for the opportunities. But even if it is not, I would be totally staying away. Because today is a day wherein it's a very important day for us to understand how things are going to be. Sometimes many people ask me, so you as a scalper, why you needed to be looking at all these data? Is it really important for you to look at all these data? Because you are doing an intraday trading and other things. Guys, even whether we do a scalping or an intraday trading or whatever it is, we just needed to know the macros and how the economy is going to be shaping up for the next 6 months to 1 year. And on that note, how many of you have seen the new feature which we launched last week, FII long short ratio? I said I'm going to be explaining you all in a live session, correct? How many of you seen that FII long short ratio? Have you got a gist of it? What is that which we have done? Nobody has presented to you in this manner, but we thought we will do that to all of you. How to interpret this? Has anybody got a clue? What is that which you saw? And anybody got a clue on this? What is this FII long short ratio? Ah, there is one person who clearly said green means buy, red means I'll sell. Okay. So, guys, this is based on the FI long short ratio, which we have given it on the Nifty based on the futures. So, what it gives you, if you look at the dates here, we have added this date every day. Though we have the FI DIA data, sometimes it may be like in a misleading, or sometimes people feel, Shiva, since I'm not getting it in the graphical format, I'm not able to see it. Every day you're giving me bullish, bearish, and everything. I know this much of OI positions is getting created in the futures and other things. But how will I be able to make more sense, whatever the data that has been coming in, like this? This is the FI derivative data. You're seeing like in a graphical format and nothing. But what if I tell you how you needed to be looking to view this data in a long term? If you are a positional player, first we will look at from a positional point of view. If you're a positional player, you needed to know how the FIs are maintaining their longs or the short. So if you look at it, currently the FIs are long in the futures close to 77%. If you would have seen the data few days back, it was at around 83, 84, 85. If you have seen it in the last 2 years, they have been never so bullish on the markets except what they have been seeing it in the last few days. This is a clear sign that the FIs are giving you, Shiva, whenever we are going against the market participants, we aggressively go. Many people, after the budget were thinking that this market is going to be making a new fall because it is not in a stable government and everything. So I'm going to be taking a huge short position. But what the FIs did, they completely reversed their position within few days. And one more clue that they are giving is they are not making any new low on this particular day. Their short ratio was 10, 12, and almost 12 to 13. Guys, remember, FIs have never been so aggressively short below 12. Similarly, they have never been so aggressively long above 80. So this is the first time we are seeing both these scenarios playing out in a quick time. Okay. Now, as we are heading into the event, are we at the lower circuit or at the higher circuit? I would say we are at the higher circuit. Considering the way the FIs have completely fooled the participants from a big reversals from here, you guys always remember, if you're a positional player and if you're seeing this kind of a chart, which is a very good sign that you can continue to hold your position. There are players who play for 5,000 to 10,000 odd points, or sometimes 2,000 to 3,000 odd points. All these guys look for this particular chart, whether their FIs are like trying to build the positions on the upside or they're trying to drag the market here. Every time, whenever you see a big move up happening, you can clearly see the market have given a clear up move. And more the time it is starting to fall, you can clearly see the markets have started to falter as well. You can see one more round here, the falter is happening. And from here, once the move is happening on the upside, you can clearly see you're just waiting for the 50. This is your break even point. Once that 50 is broken, you can clearly see as a positional player, it is going to be giving you a large move. And you will be able to see the Nifty high, open, low, close, and the what has been the range for that particular day. So this, if it is not getting convinced, then nothing can convince you. This is especially for the positional player. And if you look at this, the last 3 months data, whenever they were trying to go above this particular territory, there is a profit booking which is happening. This, what is the sign now? Is it showing you that I'm going to be continuing my up move or I'm going to be continuing my down? This particular current juncture, it is in an area wherein it is waiting for the news. Once the news is over, if it is not convincing, I'm expecting this to be falling pretty quick. If it is falling every time, whenever the markets have made a new, like in especially the a new long or the short ratio, I have seen a significant correction happening. Okay, I've seen a significant correction happening. Let's see. This has not happened in the last 2 years. In fact, last 3 years. They've never been at above that 80 or 82 mark. For the first time, they've gone above that particular territory. There is a huge, huge possibility if the FIs wanted to book their profits at these levels. These are all temporary positions or temporary money that they would have been doing it. The reason is, if you look at the long term in the last 2, 3 years, FIs have been like a net short. They have been continuously selling their positions, their portfolio, and everything. It's purely because of the mutual fund money and the domestic investors who have been pumping in the market. These are the guys who are keeping the markets higher. So I would expect the markets to make a big move either today, tomorrow, or in the upcoming week. We can expect something major happening. So all is going to be depending upon how FM is going to be presenting the budget and whether budget has something which is for the corporates, something for the public, something for the economy. And if it is going to be interesting for them, then yes, we might see some more upside happening before we make a correction. But even if there is a slight bit of a miss, slight bit of a disappointment, we can expect some major corrections on the way. Okay, so that is something we can do this. So this particular data will be available to you, all of you, end of the day. Okay, so it is not a live data. So this data currently it is available on EOD every day because this particular data is not sent by exchanges or anyone during the market hours. So it can be compiled and shown it to you by end of the day. And if you are an intraday player, imagine once you see a big move happening like this, I would know the trend. I would know the trend. Either it can be like in a consolidation day or a day which can go higher. Then automatically I will go along with that rather than going against the trend. First and foremost is getting the trend in the mind, then the data, the OI data. Then the third thing which I will be looking at is on the 3 minute or 5 minute chart, which I've been looking at. for me to know whether the market is going to be moving up or on the downside. Based on that, we will take a final scenario. Now, at this current juncture, the market is clearly showing me, Shiva, at this time, we have made a move. Now we have started to do a tanker on the downside, which is clearly saying whatever the high which we had plenty of hopes and we have started to book our profits. So if the long ratio is coming down, that is a clear sign that they are unwinding their positions and the market can keep faltering from here. Now, one more thing. Once it falls below the 50 mark, you can see a big fall happening. This happened a couple of days back. So here, can we expect to see a big one? Because you can clearly see they were already net short as they were going into the election result. Okay, so it is you and me who were trying to say that, like, and what they did is the what to say the exit poll day, they tried to like and create some positions and they made a big move the following day. From there, they have taken it completely. So it is always the FIs who have made the markets move big, either on the upside or on the downside. Though we all keep saying that retail investors are putting in their money and they're the ones who are holding the markets higher and so on. But in the F&O market, if they wanted to make the move either on the upside or on the downside, it's always been the FIs who have been able to control the markets either on the upside or on the downside. So that's the reason the FI long short ratio is going to be very vital to track whether it is trading 50% and above or 50% and below. And based on that, we will be able to take our trading decisions as well. So at this current juncture, they are clearly trying to exit their positions, and you can clearly see some profit booking which has been happening in the last 2 3 days. If this is not giving you a clue for you to do a profit booking, then I don't know what else can give you based on the data. Now, so we have seen this FI long short, FI data and other things. Let's quickly look at what is happening with the intraday. And before doing that, yes, there are a few people who have been asking me, Shiva, is there any offers for the OI Pulse and one click? Guys, you can click on this, just refresh the page, click on the flash offer. I don't know how many of you availed it because many said, like, and Shiva, we couldn't avail the previous offer which we have announced. So, guys, this is the best offer which we have, like, and you can use it for the budget special. You can avail the Go Annual combo at 35%. And if you're looking for the GoPro plan, monthly, you can look at it. This one, it is around 25%. So annual plans, you will be getting 35% off. The monthly plan, you will get it at 25%. So avail now, just click on it. You can just go into the annual plan, subscribe here. Here, budget 24, apply. You will get a flat discount of close to 9,000 odd rupees on the combo. So guys, make use of it. You're just getting it both together at less than 8, 9K per year, which is going to be a huge, huge bonus, but please do not. Okay. So this is something which you can avail it under the flash offer. So those who have not availed it, make use of it because there are going to be some interesting things which is going to be lined up in the upcoming months. Okay. So we'll see how it goes. And then I'm going to be sharing that with all of you. Guys, yes, the one-click ditto which we are planning to launch, it is going to be available to only users who are having one click because without one click, you will not be able to use one-click ditto. So how many of you are eager to see the front end of one-click ditto? But sometime during the day, you guys will get to see because I think the YouTube guys, probably after the budget, we will just send them out and then we will go for the live testing of the one-click ditto. I'll be showing you the one-click ditto post that. So what is the one-click ditto? What is one click? You guys know about how many are attending the session for the first time? Let's do a quick poll. Not bad, many. Okay. So those who are there in the YouTube and everybody, I'll just give you a quick glance of the one-click ditto, but I will not be able to show you the trade since you guys are on the live. So this is going to be the one-click ditto. So it will have a completely a different page and everything. So you will be able to add close to five odd brokers, or like in the same or the different brokers. So you will be able to add five child, and then you can do multipliers in them as well. So imagine you are taking a trade in your primary broker, which is your TradeSmart, and you can choose whichever you can have Finvisia, Kotak Neo, or your like in a multiple Kotak Neo accounts, which you can add, or you can add zero the whichever broker you wanted it. And you can choose which broker, how much multiplier you wanted it. Whether you wanted the first broker to be with 1x, that means whatever the trade which you're taking in your primary broker, it will also get placed here. What if you're giving 3x here, that means 1x here, 3x here, that means one lot, it will get placed as three lot. One lot here, it will get placed as two lot. The most interesting one, this is not a copy trading. Remember, this is not a copy trading. What we have done is we have given you an opportunity where when you're placing your orders, you're placing your orders simultaneously at multiple brokers at the same time. First time, nobody has ever done that. We thought we will give you something which is going to be very unique, wherein you will be able to enter and place your trades. Because many a times, many people say, Shiva, nowadays we are getting the market moves, but unfortunately, I'm not able to take a trade because I'm taking trade in one account. By the time the market would have moved, and I'm missing it in another account. What if we give an option wherein you are able to place trades at multiple accounts at the same time? That is something which nobody has ever done. That yes, you would have seen some copy trading softwares and nothing, but this is going to be a completely a unique concept. And most importantly, you'll be able to do some multipliers as well in the different accounts. So once you've done that, I'll show you, because you may have several brokers, not necessary that all the brokers needed to be traded on that particular day, right? So once you click on the ditto, you will have only those brokers which you will be able to take trades. And yes, it's not an add-on in one click, because this will require a completely a different functionality and other things. So Ditto will have a separate plan and everything based on your how many child you wanted to add, how many multipliers you wanted to add, and so on. So it will have a separate plan. You have not yet finalized the plans and anything. This is just an testing stage which I'm doing it. And once everything is ready, I will be providing you all. We might ask some 20 to 30 odd users, wherein we will be starting to do the beta testing. Hopefully, if everything goes well, by mid of August, you all will be starting to test the Ditto. And if God willing, we will launch it by the month of September. Okay, so one click Ditto is something which is going to be very close to our heart, because this is, I will be showing you the trade capabilities in the second half. Then you guys will be getting amazed how quickly it places the order and how quickly you're able to close your positions and so on. And that will be like really a surprising element to all of you. I'll just show you how it will be looking like. And just though I will not be able to take a trade at this juncture, remember, this is your primary broker. At this juncture, you are just seeing your primary broker on one click. But what if at the bottom I show you the different brokers whom you have added as a child? You will be able to see it here. And when you're placing an order, all your orders will get placed, and it will be showing you the quantity, and it will show you the live M2M of all four broking accounts whom you have added. And at the same time, when you're closing your positions, you will be able to literally see how quickly it is able to close your positions. And in case if there are some brokers wherein the API issues are there, we have also given an option for you to go and refresh and then close those positions as well. Guys, this is going to be a complete game changer for the people who have been asking how and when I will be able to trade in multiple accounts at the same time. Guys, for having one click Ditto, you just needed to have the one click subscription. Once you have the one click subscription, automatically, then you will be able to purchase the Ditto as an add on. Without one click, Ditto is not going to be possible. Why? Any orders which are placing on the broker, it will not get placed here on the Ditto. So only the orders which is going to be placed through one click, it will get placed on the Ditto. Otherwise, your orders will never get placed. So that's the reason one click is going to be important, because we have integrated in such a way the trades which is getting entered using your keyboard manually, those are the trades which is going to be placed, because we needed to go within some legal framework. So that's the reason we are ensuring that what are the trades which is entered manually by you, that means you are manually placing your orders in all your broking accounts. So we have made sure that you guys are going to be having some good time. when you're entering into these trades and everything. I'll be showing you a demo once we cut down the YouTube sessions in the afternoon. I'll be showing you how it is being done. Don't worry about it. You will get to see how I'm going to be doing the one-click ditto testing as well. So what the market has been doing now, the market is currently entering into a phase wherein it is trying to make some lows, but not a major one. The Nifty is trading at around 40, 50 points down. Fin Nifty is trading at 80 points down. And then the Bank Nifty is still at around 82 points, which is not bad at all considering the expiry day with another 55 minutes to go for the budget. So another 55 minutes, we are going to be heading into the budget session and we will have a great time. So, Shiva, how about the algo? So, guys, there is no plan for the algo at this current juncture. Okay, so we are not having any algo plans at this juncture because the algo market is too crowded. In fact, we had the product and the product is also ready. We in fact have all the. Let me tell you, we in fact did an product launch which I wanted to share in video with all of you. We did the shoot and everything, which happened a couple of years back, and unfortunately we couldn't release due to certain regulations or the like in a consultation paper which was released by SEBI. We were looking for some clarity which didn't, so that's a reason. Guys, yes, we do have the algo product available, but unfortunately we have like a lot of restrictions which is coming in from SEBI. That's the reason we are not doing it. Okay, I have a little concern where there is a technical failure from here, sending signals to the respective broker. If they are not able to send simultaneously, then it is going to be a big mess. Ganeshwar, it's not about sending signals. Like, and as long as your API is working fine, the signals will be sent. We can't do technicalities, right? We have equipped with latest, like, whatever the servers which needed to be. In fact, like, I can proudly say, the other day I was there visiting a couple of brokers actually. In fact, they were all quite surprised to know how come you guys didn't had any major technical glitch when there was an issue which happened on July 12th or 13th when there were several brokers were having an issue. How come you guys were not facing it? Guys, I don't know how many of you noticed it. On that particular day, we didn't face any major glitch even on Zerodha. Okay, many people complained that like we were not able to execute execute our positions and other things, but except few brokers, 90% of our brokers didn't had any major issues, and in fact, one-click orders went very smooth on that particular day to 90% of the brokers. Unless and until you are a broker who is not able to support us, we will not be able to support you. Yes, we have readied our infrastructure. One thing which we have always done is if there is going to be a need, we will keep on like doubling up our infrastructure. We have not compromised on that in the last 4.5 years. So that is our big commitment from day one. I told you I wouldn't compromise on the speed and the agility at which our product is going to be there, and we have done that. So we will continue to maintain that even in the future. Okay, Shiva would really love to have MCX added. Guys, the only concern is with so much of OPEX cost, and I needed to invest much on the data now. To in case if I needed to add MCX again, we needed to be spending much on the data to buy it from the exchanges and then like in loading it up, which is going to be a cause of a concern. Yes, running a business in India is not like an easy job, guys. You have plenty of things which is underneath wherein you do not know what is going to hit you the next day. Okay, so you sleep, think that, okay, everything is going to be good, but all of a sudden you get a circular saying that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Then we have to stop it. Okay, so we don't want to invest too much of money unless and until we see large potential. But yes, we will definitely like an ad. When M-Stock and Paytm Money will be added. Guys, there are few brokers whom we couldn't add, like an M-Stocks, Paytm Money, or Angel One. All these guys are having a lot of API restrictions. Unless and until they free up their API restrictions, we will not be able to add them. We have intimated them, and it's up to you guys to push them in case if you wanted to see your favorite broker to be there on the one click. You just tell them that, like, and you guys needed to cooperate with one click, providing all the because we wanted to keep it uniform across all across the board. When we are providing close to 25 odd brokers, we have ensured that all the API rate limits and everything is meeting our parameters so that you don't face any issues when you're placing your orders. That at the end of the day, for us, user convenience and user experience is going to be very important. And we have done that, and we will definitely continue to do that in the future as well. So the reason for us to get the one-click dittos, primary reason is some of you are feeling that like, and Shiva, how can I place my orders in multiple brokers at the same time? Because it will require some infrastructure changes on our end as well. It's not going to be that easy. Okay, when you're placing an order, we needed to ensure that your orders is getting placed. It needed to be read everywhere, and we also needed to read your API. Guys, there are plenty of you would have seen a lot of copy trading software, but once you see how the one-click ditto is getting done, I'm pretty sure you all will be amazed, as I am, because we thought there are going to be some challenges. Yes, still there are like quite a few challenges. We are addressing it out. We wanted to give you all the best experience in terms of how it needed to be done. But once it is done, I'm pretty sure you all will be having a lot of things which you will say, and it is just a start. You know, we how we started with OI Pulse and one click. With it all started with few features, and today we are at a level wherein most of like and I can proudly say no one in the industry is providing you this kind of a data and this kind of a tool for you to not only analyze and also to execute. In this day and age, we needed something which needed to be user friendly, and that is exactly the area wherein we have done that. Guys, there are plenty of challenges. You guys are asking me so many things to be included in one click. You are asking me, sure, do that, this, and everything. But the problem is I can provide you the best software and the tool and everything. And if my backend, the brokers are not supporting me, I will not be able to do anything. Please understand that. There are certain limitations with which I needed to operate. That's the reason we couldn't do it. Even the slippages and other things, many people who have been saying to me, guys, we have our, like, and say, for example, whatever the orders which you guys are placing, it is less than maybe like in a zero point 0.2 milliseconds. But by the time it hits the broker server and these guys sending it to the exchange and other things, we couldn't do anything because it is much beyond 1 second. Okay, much beyond 1 second. And those are the challenges which we needed to live with as a retailer because we do not have the capabilities to go and directly connect it to the colo. And we are looking at options as well to see whether I can do that. But there are few suggestions which came in. Shiva, why don't you like in get yourself like in being a broker? Yes, there are bigger challenges. If I become a broker, then it will be very difficult for me to do a lot of things what I've been doing it as a non-broker. Because as a broker, you have plenty of things which you needed to comply, and I don't think we will be able to comply each and every parameter which is there in the book. And I needed to compromise on a lot of things which I don't want to do it. But at our current juncture, we wanted to provide you all a quality tool which will help you to take better trading decisions and better execution compared to anything which is currently available in the market. Guys, we are going to be looking at something later, not now. Don't worry. So those who have been keenly looking at Shiva, like and how the one click Ditto is going to be doing it, don't worry. You will get to see that. You will get to see that sometime during the day. So the YouTube participants, have you guys joined the session on the OI Pulse? If not, if you wanted to go and have a look at how the live trading and the one click ditto is going to be doing it, why don't you subscribe now and then join on the live platform so that you will be able to see it live? Have you guys enrolled? If you have not done that, just do one thing. You have a flash offer. And once you're done with that, you have the webinar link, which is also available. Click on the live budget session. Once you click on the live budget session, you will have the live mentoring program and then the budget session. Click on the subscribe. We have made it free for all of you at this current juncture. Just click on budget 24 and then join. Once you join, you will be able to see a link under the webinar details page. Use that link and then join this live session. So as we are heading into the budget, we may see some live trades on everything. We may needed to drop this YouTube live. Should I stop the YouTube live completely so that we'll be able to see some live trades as well as the market is doing something when we will not be knowing what is going to be there? How many of you wanted the YouTube session to be stopped? I think the YouTube guys would be the ones who will say no, never. Guys, why you guys are so look at this, the number of messages which is coming in now. Hmm? Yes. Guys, they are also able to respond on the YouTube channel which we have been telecasting. Okay. On that note, I needed to respect it. Okay, let's do one thing. As the market is also like making a move on the downside, we have been having like in a 2 hour session now. Let's take a quick 15-minute break. Once we are back from the break, we'll take a 15-minute break. Once we are back, we will get to see how things have been playing out. And we will also prepare ourselves for the 11 a.m. and how the market is going to be doing it. And before that, I'll also showcase you all the live one-click ditto. So how many of you wanted to see the one-click ditto? Just wait for 15-20 minutes. And on that process, we will also say goodbye to all our YouTube friends who are there. Guys, see you all some other time. And probably after August, my plan is to provide you all much more content. You guys are going to be seeing much more content on your way. Um, yes, we have been busy with so many developments on the development part in terms of the OI Pulse one click and now the Ditto. And I might be able to free myself a little more after August and then try to do some more sessions. And don't remember, if you remember, we are going to be having our mentoring program also in the month of September, which is also there. So looking forward to seeing you all there. There is going to be some interesting concepts which is going to be part of the sessions as well this time. So looking forward to seeing you all in the mentoring program pretty soon in the month of September. On that note, thank you all for the YouTube participants. See you all sometime pretty soon and looking forward, and you all have a great day. And those who wanted to join the live session, because we will be starting to do some live trades and other things based on the data which we are going to be looking at. And we're also going to be showcasing La One Click Ditto. Do join us on the OI Pulse. I showed you how you can join on the OI Pulse. Just have a look at it and register yourself. And the session is complimentary in OI Pulse. Just register and then be part of the session. Looking forward to seeing you all because we have increased the room size on the Zoom as well so that everybody will be able to participate today. Okay. Thank you. And the participants on the Zoom, the time is around 10:20. We will be back at 10:40. We will take it forward from there. See you all at 10:40. Just have good breakfast or lunch or do whatever you wanted it, the morning brunch. Be back in another 20 minutes because it's going to be a gripper of a session in the second half with the way things have been playing out. See you all soon.